Gotta stay hydrated. What's happening, everybody? Big John here, really big guy tactical, coming at you for Sunday Q&A. So this week, as most of you or everyone knows, has definitely been an interesting week. Kind of really sad week. As obviously, my father's and my dog, Lacey, she passed away, which is very upsetting. I also found out that one of my college buddies also passed away. He was a really cool dude, and we used to hang out all the time, do all sorts of fun stuff, burnouts, donuts. He had this Nissan Stanza, and this little white car, just a POS, and he showed up one day with black duct tape racing stripes on it, and I had this old 1990 F-150 that we were both going to college in, and I said, I'm gonna one up that. And the next day I show up with just the brightest neon pink duct tape racing stripes on my F-150, the whole truck, hood, roof, back. And a lot of kids follow suit with duct tape in their whole cars. It was a lot of fun, but I had a lot of good memories with him, and I already missed him like crazy. He lived out in Virginia, but I'm gonna miss him a little bit more now. So, but yeah. On to some questions. Actually, someone has to make a comeback. Ding. Not that they were ever gone, but again, this week I've been slacking. I really apologize for that, guys. I know Friday, no part 2. Saturday, short half-day video. And then I went and I did, family stuff. I'd like to film more family stuff, but they're just they're into it. They're happy for me. They're like, that's great. But I don't know if a lot of them would know how to act other than my dad on camera to really be like, hey, you guys are awesome. Versus like, hey. Like, something's got to be scripted, like, where's the teleprompter? I wing it every single time. I don't write anything up. I probably should. And, I mean, like, especially when I go out and do stuff, I probably should. But I don't. Because it gives you, it's happening right now. This is happening right now. Except for if you're watching this on, like, a Wednesday, in which case this happened right now on a Sunday. And I'm not looking, there's no teleprompter, there's no big giant screen. I wish that this was just like some fake wall, and I was like, just kidding, guys. And then we accidentally turn the camera, and it's a whole set, empty warehouse. Steven Spielberg's like, do it, you got it, do it. Perfect. The CGI crew, they're doing their thing, gathering up information and everything like that, making this all real. But no, it's just me in a room. That might change in a month. Actually, it's going to change in a month. About a month. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. So we're going to put this salad together. I look forward to the new apartment. Because I don't know, there'll be a range of videos. It's like I said, I liked the feeling of being in that kitchen and just the apartment in general. And it sounds dumb. Right now I live on the third floor. So it's like a pain in the butt to, if you ever forget something in the apartment or you want to go get something out of the apartment, it's like you got to ask yourself some questions. Do I really need it? Is it necessary? Is it something that can wait? And always, to me, it's like, it's always something that can wait. Because it's like, you know what? When I go upstairs, I want to be upstairs, and when I'm downstairs, I want to be downstairs, and it's a lazy fact. Not that I have any problem going up and down the stairs anymore, but it's just like, and I think my roommate too. When Richard used to live with me, it was the same way. It was like, yeah, that can stay up there, and he's physically fit and works out and everything like that. It's a pain in the butt. Well, my new apartment sounds bad. It's ground level. It's literally like 1,500, 2,000 feet away from work. Walking distance. Like, no problem walking distance. Not that I was spending a lot of money in fuel. I'm going to save so much money in fuel. Downside is I'm going to pay for a truck that's parked. Um, so that's a lot of fun. But I'll be able to do, I don't know. I don't like this apartment. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the stuff that I have in it. It's just, I don't know, the layout. It feels old to me. And it's just not my style. It was when it was cheaper and it was like, whatever. But then every year, rent goes up like another $100. And it even shows, like, half the building's empty. Nobody wants to live here. They just redid, like, the outside panels to vamp it up, make it look modern. But it's not helping. More people are leaving. Just because, like, the insides need to be completely redone. And maybe they'll do that to mine when I leave. Good on them. I'll be gone. On my ground floor apartment, going in and out whenever the F I want, cooking in my kitchen, or chopping up lettuce and whatever else I want. And just, I don't know, I'm pumped about it. I'm excited about it. New life. New start. Fresh start. That's what I want. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper. And it's going to stay cheaper. Oh, I need that so bad. I need that so bad because I need to do things. I want to do things. I had to go get ammunition today because tomorrow, my dad and Richard and we're going out to the range, and my dad hasn't been out to the range years. I don't think he shot a gun in years. And so we're gonna go out to the range, and I'm gonna show him, what I have. He's seen what I have. I've shown it to him and everything like that. It's just like out at the range where you can pew pew. We could do that at the range. It's frowned upon to do that in a basement or in an apartment. Really frowned upon. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. But Richard and I were at Fleet Farm, and we're going to the ammunition section, and I stopped by the fishing section. I was like, Richard, this summer, what do you think? And he goes, I don't fish. And I go, I know. And I was like, I don't really fish either. I was like, but it's something to do. He goes, maybe. He gets frustrated when we go fishing. I'll tell a fishing story from him. We did go fishing one time. I do have a fishing pole and everything like that, but it's like set up so horribly bad. I'm not like the type of person who goes to Walmart or something like that and gets like the deep sea fishing pole with the giant rod and like the heavy test and like, I'm gonna catch Moby Dick this way. It always puts on like the monster hook. I used to be, and that slowly progressed to now I have like an ugly stick. Still kind of heavy rod, but it's not like deep sea. But it's not super huge. I don't know. It's like a 6, 7 foot. It's like a 7 footer, but I think it's pretty rigid. but I've also got 50-pound test, braided test on it. So it's like, I like to say that it's cheating, but I think I'm giving the fish the upper hand there in being able to either A, see the line or whatever the case may be. Because I cast all day long and not see anything. The only thing that I can really, really catch, like I said, middle of the night, catfish, sturgeon. Because cast out there, bloop, straight to the bottom. And then whatever covers the line. And then it goes for, the fish goes for the bait. Bloop. Oh, look at that. But I'd like to do some bass fishing or something. I don't know. Some treasure hunting. Some swimming. So I gotta try and apprehend a GoPro. Something waterproof. So that will be the future. And obviously, like I said, you know, there'll be gym videos and stuff. I'm looking forward to that growth. So yeah, like I said, new apartment and everything like that. It's gonna open up all of that, all of it, and I'm just so excited for it. I can't wait for it. All right, get in here. Now that we're at like 12 minutes into the video. So I'm going to put that. That'll be the description. If you came here for the salad, fast forward to 12 minutes. Okay. First question. Am I bored with salads? It's just become so routine for me now that, I don't know, it's almost like a habit now. I almost can't walk into a Quick Trip without just grabbing one. You know. I might have one in the fridge at work or something like that already for like the next day because I decided to grab two that day or something like that. But like, I almost like I walk into a Quick Trip and I'm like, oh, I've already got one, or oh, I snatched this up and it's just like there. I'm not really bored of salads, but it's just kind of ingrained. So, yeah. But no, I'm not. They're still interesting to me, and again, when I look forward to, branching out, putting different stuff in my salad, making salads, still trying to maintain about a 5 to 8 minute video, but showing like chopping and putting the salad together. Tossing my salad. Actual salad. So yeah, I'm not bored. Next question. And this is a really good question. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know this. My starting weight. Well, in 1990, when I was born. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I want to say my starting weight before the diet and everything like that was over 600 pounds. Easy. I know this because in last July, I had fallen through a dock. The boards were they were old, but they were old enough to hold average sized people. I'm an above average person, so weight wise too. And I, boop, boop, and then my right leg went whoop, straight through, and I scraped it real bad, and it went into dirty, kind of stagnant Mississippi water. And it's the weekend, and I just rolled my eyes and was like, I don't want to be one of those idiots who dies of like sepsis or gangrene or something like that. So I figured maybe I'll go. Only place open was the ER. Maybe I'll go to the ER and get this thing like flushed out or vac or something like that. I should have pretty good insurance. They cleaned it with some alcohol and some cotton swabs. And then they wrapped a gauze bandage around it. And I was like, But at that time, like I said in the previous video, if you guys haven't seen it, I was expected to get weighed at their person. You know, they have this scale that you can stand on, and tells you your weight. They walked me right past that, and I was like, "Oh, well, we're just looking at my leg, so we don't really need to be concerned with this one because it's just a leg injury." Said, "Here you go. Get up on this bed and lay down on it." And then she hit a couple buttons on the wall. Said, "You weigh 602 pounds." Huh. I wasn't upset about the weight thing. I was more upset about the fact that she dragged me into a room and I had to lay down on a bed and it was wired to the wall to this thing, monitor on the wall, and that's how she had to tell me how much I weighed. And I was like, really? And then it hit me. It's like 600 pounds. But I didn't really do anything about it, so I just I want to say it was up there because I know that the first couple weeks I started this, I didn't have the scale. I didn't have the scale, and I just did whatever I wanted. So I was kind of bummed out about that. I want to say it was, I don't know, maybe in the like six and some teens area. So yeah, and then I can't remember what I weighed when I first got the scale, but that was like the hopping off point. It was like 590 or something. 590 or something. So yeah, around there. There we go. Contributing factor. What somebody asked what might have been a contributing factor. What do I think? What is a contributing factor to the reason that I'm this big? I want to say that there's probably a whole bunch of them. Next to pure laziness and poor decisions, genetically, a lot of people on both sides of my family are very large, were very large, or just like above average, and so you keep combining them, and then eventually you get super above average, in every way, shape, and form. No, so yeah, I want to say that. Um, my upbringing was not bad as far as like horrible foods and everything like that, but it was really a, you got to eat everything on your plate before you leave this table. Um, and I don't like I said, and when so, being a single mom and everything like that for my mom, it was, you know, you get the food on the table, and it's like hell yeah, you're gonna eat it. Like I was able to put this on the table, mow it down, and it, like I said, it wasn't bad food. And I don't want to say it was bad for you food, but I used to, and my mom she cooks really good food, and I used to eat a lot of it. Um, I want to say that I didn't have the education enough to really, to really, drive that home, the diet portion of it, um, and making it work with sports. Like I was in football. I was in football. I did that, It was like always, you know, it was like if there was always like a summer league that we would do Pee Wee football and Pop Warner, you know, and then school and high school and everything like that. Had knowledge been prevalent, and I know it was back then, but had it been, you know, really kind of, I want to say if I had known, and if, you know, maybe my mom had known, or the coaches knew, or maybe suggested, you know, for your young athletes and everything like that, this is what we got to be doing. I suggest getting them into this to do this, you know, really driving that point home, at least diet wise. You know, don't go home and eat the chips and everything like that. And you know, we didn't have a whole bunch of money and everything like that, so it was always cheaper food, you know, cheaper stuff. And if we there was good stuff, when I say good stuff, it's still cheap stuff. I'm talking about like the chips and the ice cream and all that other stuff, you know. And it was my younger brother and I. We just used to we'd get bored and we just had to eat. It's boredom, eat, boredom, eat, boredom, eat, boredom, eat. You know, to the point where that stuff was secured, because if it wasn't, then my little brother and I were going to eat it, because we were the only ones getting home at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and my mom wouldn't get home until like 6. So we'd try and find some food. And there were several occasions where we had done some pretty messed up stuff as far as damaging property to get into where the food was. I'm not proud of that at all, but it's just, you know, one of those things where it was like, that doesn't sound like good. I don't want to say that that messed me up or anything like that, but it definitely wasn't helpful as far as teaching me, you know, restraint and choose this instead, or, you know, I don't know, having it a better reward system involving, yeah, there we go. Having a better reward system involving like the vegetables and the fruit would have definitely been, I don't know, more satisfying. It's like, okay, yes, the sweets trigger the brain and the endorphins and everything like that. Sugar makes you feel pop, you know, but I think that maybe the eat all of this you want, not just like you could have all this, like just eat all this. You just mow it down, do it, eat it, and like, holy cow, you did that, high five, you know. Um, I don't know if that's exactly how that would have gone, but just that, and it wasn't there. It was always like, hey, you know, I want this. And then when I got into adulthood and everything like that, you know, when I moved up here, my dad and I were both big guys and everything like that, and you know, he had split with his girlfriend at the time, and we were just living in the house. So our trips to the store, you know, every 2 weeks or something like that, we'd spend about $400 to $500 on pizzas, uh, spaghettis, meats, you know, chicken products, yeah, you name it. And we'd come home and get all the stuff put away and everything like that, and, you know, throw a pizza in the pizza oven. And it was, I don't know, it's just, that wasn't the way that we should have lived. And yeah, so, but there's a lot of contributing factors. And then getting out on my own, it was like I had my own money and I was doing my own thing and I make my own decisions. So I'm gonna go through that drive-through. Yeah. Also, I I want to say this. In school, you know, I you stumble across an article in, you know, in Japan. In Japan, the kids are in charge of lunch. There's a class that's in charge of lunch and making menus, learning how to make food, what the food does in the body, you know, and then preparing it for fellow students and then cleaning up afterwards. I don't know about you, but some of us had home ec. I didn't. I know some kids did. And some of them learned how to bake cakes. Most of them learned how to sew buttons onto their pants. Had we had that, this country would be different. Wait, what the fuck is that? What is that? It's the middle of winter. Oh no. They're coming back. Had we had that, country would be totally different. Guaranteed it in the school systems. Sorry, lunch ladies and everything like that. Show your culinary skills. Go teach that. Boom. You get kids clean up after lunches. You get kids making the school lunches. So it's unfair labor. Oh, what about the kids with the, allergies? Okay, so stuff will have to be addressed. I don't have all the things, just a basic box, and then we'll figure out the stuff that goes in it. But the main things, kids making food, kids cleaning up after food, respect, humility, that stuff. And doing stuff for fellow classmates. So that, if you did make that dish, you'd be like, yo, Jimmy, were you in charge of the beef? Yeah, I was in charge of the beef today. That beef was the bomb, Jimmy! Hey, high five, dude. I think that'd be cool. That'd bring us together. You made my food. That's awesome. You served me my food. That's awesome. I can't wait to take that class, next year or next, month or something like that. That'd be cool. Anyways, I digress. The education I wish was there. The lack of food education for me. It was not there. So like I said, that's where I started learning how to mow down the Taco 12 packs when they first came out. And chicken nuggets and it was a bad idea. And then, I came to my epiphany that it's like, hey, I'm almost 30 years old, and then I don't want to do that anymore. And I want to try and fix some stuff before it becomes a problem. Next one has nothing to do with weight. Kind of. The only reason that it has to do with weight is seat size. Top 5 cars. I will say this, one of them is not a car, and I currently drive the truck, and a lot of people make fun of me for it. My 2007 F-250 was actually one of my dream trucks. It was one of my dream trucks because I used to have this little toy model, and I believe it was like a 2003 body style or something like that. Anyways, it was a Ford Super Duty, and it was a monster truck. It was the Mac Tools monster truck, and I was infatuated with it. I said, I'm going to have this truck when I grow up. Fast forward. The original truck that I was going to purchase that was a Super Duty was an 03. It wasn't red. It was white. It had little tires on it, but it had a lift. So all I would have had to do was wheels and tires and whatever else needed to be done inside the engine bay. Truck got sold out from underneath me, but went up anyways because I was halfway there. And turns out they had a different truck. I said, oh, awesome. Bright red. 07 F-250. Standard cab. Not the crew cab. Standard cab. Okay. Long bed. Love my truck. I'll show you guys tomorrow. Love my truck. Best purchase so far for me. So that was one of my dream trucks. I'm actually driving one of my dream trucks. It didn't cost me an arm and a leg either. A lot of people are like, oh, that's a really nice truck for someone your age. How much did you spend on it? The truck had 200,000 miles on it. I'm really good with the 6.0s. And it was, it's a $12,000 truck. It doesn't look like a $12,000 truck, but it's a $12,000 truck. So, with all the options and everything like that. So, I was happy for that. So, I'm driving one of my dream vehicles. Number 4 would have to be 67 Eleanor Mustang. I want that. I need that color in my life, too. Amazing color. Amazing interior, and I just love the design. Again, you have to be just a little bit smaller. Ooh. I also want a Lamborghini Countach. When I was growing up, um, I didn't really have a whole lot of posters on the wall, but that was the one that I always gravitated towards, was the Lamborghini Countach. Even though the Diablo was the one that was really popular when I was growing up, I always liked the Countach. I was like, yes, yes. Next one, not a supercar, but it's just a really weird pick for a lot of different reasons. I like it because it's such a versatile vehicle, and it would make it is the ultimate tactical vehicle. And there's actually a whole sub culture of people modifying this type of car, that, suspension wise, um, and kind of engine wise and everything like that. Um, it's the Crown Victoria, the Police Interceptor. Um, I kind of want one of those because, yeah, they're a tactical vehicle. You can make them as tactical as all get out. The trunk, you can rent the trunk out to a family of four. Huge, and they make stuff to put like really cool stuff in the trunk of the car. Suspension wise, the upgrades, it's already got, 3 link suspension in the rear, and then the front suspension, is like perfect for a lot of stuff. The powertrain, they had a 4.6 V8, and you could get a supercharger for it, slap it on there, and then a tuner, and run it. Not for a crazy long time, unless you did a lot of internal work, but you could run it. So anyways, and the last but not least, is another Lambo. I want a Lamborghini Aventador. No. Yeah, Lamborghini Aventador. Oh my god. When I first saw that car, that was... I mean, I have to be... Whoop! So, which is kind of leads me to this next question. Goals, weight-wise. I want to fit in a Lamborghini Aventador. That's what I want. At least to ride in one, or just sit in it for a second. But ultimately, it's like having a giant mountain of money. There's no way you're going to sit and count each coin or each dollar bill to make, to find out what it is. You're going to weigh a single bill, then you're going to weigh a stack of bills, and then you're going to weigh the rest of the stacks of bills. I'm this size. I am counting the weight and everything like that. My goal is healthier, and when I say healthier, I mean like once I get down to like 300 pounds, then I'll be like, there we go. There's my goal right there. 300 pounds. If I get down to 300 pounds, then I can make another goal. And I got a little ways to go. But I'm going to get there. Baby steps. So, one salad at a time. And one day at a time. And that's what we just got to keep doing. And that's what we'll keep doing. So I hope you've enjoyed this session of Sunday Q&A with yours truly. It's a long one. Over 30 minutes. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody who showed their condolences and everything like that for Lacey, to my dad, to myself. I really appreciate it. She will be missed. She is missed every day. And she was loved, very much loved. And so yeah, I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. And again, I apologize for the week and just kind of slacking on it. But bigger things are to come. And we just take each day, as it is. That's all we got to do. we keep moving forward, and we keep pushing, and we keep being here, and that's life. Just one day at a time. Take it all in. So don't let it pass you by. Remember, key to doing anything, whether it be big steps or running or jumping, it just keep moving, keep doing it, keep up with the baby steps, and any goal can be accomplished. So, but that's all I got for you today. Tune in tomorrow, guys. Remember, if you like this video, I hate to say it, if you haven't subscribed, click the button. You don't have to click the notification bar. You can if you want to. If you want to know when my ugly bug comes across the screen again, go for it. Otherwise, you can slide that off and then just tune in at your leisure. But go ahead and subscribe, because why not? The people who leave and unsubscribe is your subscript, like, do you just have, they're like, you reached the maximum number of subscriptions. Like, if I hit subscribe on someone's channel, it's like, and I forget about them, they're just there, but it's just like way down at the bottom. So yeah, subscribe. Watch the videos, don't watch the videos. Enjoy the videos, don't enjoy the videos. I know I enjoy you watching the videos, and I enjoy you coming to see me and interacting on, the comments list. Those are always awesome to read. Because everybody there is awesome. Share the video. Tell people. Be the weird person. Be like, yo, I watched this fat dude eat salads and just talk about life. And it's all right. And they might think you're weird, or they might think you're completely awesome. And they might say, hey, I want to watch this fat guy eat salads. Let him watch the fat guy eat salads. It's awesome. I think it's awesome. I'm eating the salads. But ultimately, like it, share it, do whatever you got to do with it. Tune in tomorrow. Lots of fun stuff. Like I said, we're going out to the range. Unless it is thunderstorming. Highly doubt it. Might be sprinkling. I don't care. I want to go out to the range with my dad and my buddy. And pew 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 while I can still pew pew pew. So, I love every single one of your faces. Every single one of your faces. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Alright? Have a good night. I love you guys. Bye.